Rusty is being called out over a bad tier list once again. Only not by me this time. Albino had the honor of sitting through and molding about it.
Oh, this guy! Rated R. What the f?
And the backlash seemingly hit so hard, Rusty had to unleash the video. So about a month ago, we made a video talking about Rusty's worst weapons video, talking about how flawed his research method was, which led to very questionable results in the ranking. My video was really well received, and people liked the way I pointed out Rusty's flaws without resorting to any kind of personal attack or low-effort drama. I mean, it's still just a video game. We don't need to take it out on the guy. It's not that deep. That said, the ideal outcome would have been for him to take the feedback and try to make future rankings a bit more structured and better researched. But unfortunately, he didn't seem to learn a single damn thing.
If anyone can think of a better placement for these, you're welcome to make your own goddamn video that I can react to later. And by react, I mean get up and go to the bathroom and leave the video playing. Literally and figuratively, on your opinion in the process.
Also, I find it funny that he said opinions when most of the time people call him out on facts. But anyway, he messed up so bad that his most recent video was absolutely torn apart by another YouTuber, Albino.
This guy's the most critical fan. Yeah, he talks very much like him.
He even called Rusty the pirate software of Nightreign. Don't ask me if I agree.
The guy's basically like the pirate software of Nightreign. Like at some point in the video, he's showcasing the deal to expand your intellect, arguing that it's bad because it reduces your FP. The problem is that when he's showcasing that deal, he's actually showing the one to improve your dexterity. It's a physical stat. Of course it reduces your FP, so it's just...
This triggered a full-on backlash from Albino's fanbase, who swarmed Rusty's latest upload, and you can see it clearly in the most recent comments that, they are not pretty. Brother, just fucking delete your channel at this point and start it over without all the moist critical wannabe stuff. Rusty at it again, being the condescending asshole he is. With a stick up his ass. Absolute dog shit video. Please don't bait unaware on new players with such abysmally garbage info. At least he had the courtesy to thank him, I suppose. You are the extra life of informative videos. Para, amigo, no hacía falta bardearlo así. Bro is actually either IQ deficient or hasn't played a game in his life. Get out of here, maggot. Now you see, this is exactly why I put that disclaimer at the beginning of the video, of my video. You never know who's watching or what they're gonna do afterwards, because there's always some unhinged, socially stunted loser out there who leaves comments like Rusty just committed fucking war crimes or some shit. I mean, yeah, I watched Rusty's video and it has misinformation crawling out of its ass for days, but come on, that's still no reason to call him, well, IQ deficient. You can criticize someone harshly even without being a complete goober about it. Have this in my recommendations, and I understand that this is more of an opinion piece. It's not, but whatever. Rather than a fact-driven thing, but how in the hell can you get that much wrong and present it as fact? If you are new to Souls content or even Elden Ring in general, a lot of these things could be forgiving, but after looking at the videos found here, I can't really see that being the case. The fact that roughly half of the info in the video had something wrong about it really makes it seem like you didn't understand even basic concepts present in the game. But when you try to present something as fact, a half-assed attempt at research simply doesn't cut it. You're giving Fextra a run for their money for the amount of misinformation you unintentionally spread. At least they do it with intention. Mierda. Lo mataste. This guy was critical, but respectful. Sorta. Kinda. And let's be honest, Rusty's video is pretty damn bad when it comes to actually informing people. His fanbase probably doesn't give a shit as long as he says pee-pee and poo-poo 10 times in a row, but the rest of humanity, probably not so much. Which is why YouTubers have called out in the past how poorly researched his stuff usually is. I don't really know much about Albino. The only interaction I had with him was when he interrupted a duel I was having with a host in Seamless Invasions, and as such I had to send him to the Shadow Realm, but I haven't really heard wonders about him from word of mouth, and he didn't really put much effort into telling people not to harass Rusty. I don't think it was out of malice anyways, but I just wanted to point that out. I don't know the guy. But today, let's take a look at Albino's video, or at least the most relevant parts, see just how badly Rusty fumbled this time, and check out what his seemingly friendly viewers have to say in the comments. Time to enjoy some drama slop. But I need to remind you that in order to understand this drama slop, you need to have played Nightreign by now. Oh, you haven't bought it yet because Uncle Gabe doesn't give you a break. Yeah, I know. Gooning and gaming doesn't really leave much room for a job, and your mom's allowance just doesn't cut it, does it? However, I wouldn't worry if I were you, because instant gaming has got your back. As a website with over 10 million satisfied customers, Instant Gaming spits on the overinflated prices assigned by the man and offers great leniency to those economically challenged poggies who really want their fourth anime armpits video game. You can rest easy knowing that all of the amazing discounts in games, game cards, and subscriptions you can shop for in Instant Gaming are safely backed up by great Trustpilot reviews, alongside night and day customer support. And of course, it doesn't matter if you built an altar for Gabe Newell or Bill Gates, nor what console has replaced your dad's photo in the family picture book. Instant Gaming will always have you covered.
But wait! There's more!
By clicking my custom link in the description or pinned comment and creating an Instant Gaming account, you will participate in a free giveaway where you'll be able to purchase anything of your liking. No purchases necessary. Just creating an account is enough. So what are you waiting for? Those morally questionable games won't add themselves to your Steam library. Huge thanks to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. The first and most important point will be that for many, and I say many, of the items in the ranking, Rusty does not mention either what the benefits are or what the downsides are. A good example is when he talks about eventual greatness. He gives a brief flash of the downsides, but doesn't mention at any point what the benefits are. I mean, if you're looking at the footage and paying attention, you will see what the benefits are. It increases your HP, FP, and stamina by a lot after 2 minutes pass. But unless you already knew this beforehand, you could think this is a completely unrelated effect that has nothing to do with the deal.
Zero threat. The recluse
Is it not gonna say what it does? Like, I mean, it halves it for a while and maybe gives you 50% more after? Is that it? Yeah, what does it do? It's I mean, you saw his stats earlier. His stats, like, over here just exploded. Like, the bars just went up. But it seems like you get minus 50% for 2 minutes, and after that you get for plus 50. That's a lot. And against Libra, like, if you can survive those two, which the only really threat for you in the Libra fight, if you aren't being directly targeted, is when it does, like, the crush thing, and there's gonna be a pillar of light below you. So if you just know that one thing, crucial thing about the boss fight, you're probably fine.
And by the end of the segment, if you didn't know what the benefits are, well, guess you're not gonna find out on this video. One thing I'd like to point out, though, is that Albino makes a mistake here.
can deal with the penalty a little bit better since her ability allows her to restore a small amount of FP, but that also
Oh, but it doesn't know that the amount of FP you get back is based on your max FP. So you're actually giga-cucked if you do this, because it's proportional to your max FP. When you have the reduced FP, your ability gives you less back, like, so it makes it even worse.
This is not true. The suck ability from the Recluse actually gives you 20 flat FP every time you suck. So yeah, he kinda did a Rusty in here.
be in touch with the arcane. Notable exceptions seem to be separated by weapon.
Is he going to mention what you lose in the process?
Category is like, it's insane. Number 6 and 5.
No! He doesn't tell you what you lose out on! You health bar go. I picked it one. Maybe that was because I played Guardian and I had a weapon that scaled with Arcane, but I lost like most of my big.
Hey dumbass, you wanted to know what the debuff part of the Arcane deal is? Well, sorry, not in this section. I mean, it will not be hard to list both the benefits and the downsides of the deal at the beginning of each section. There's even a few charts online showing what each of the attribute deals with Libra do, and if people online manage to get their hands on it, Rusty, who's the supposed numbers guy, should be able to present this information without any issues. That way you can structure a segment in a more organic way, and people are gonna understand your reasoning even more when you try to argue why it occupies the rank it occupies. Creo que dije eso como el orto, pero bueno. I mean, he did it with the I decide a flask one.
It's getting an extra flask for a 10% max HP decrease. It's pretty straightforward.
Why not do it with the other ones as well? I think he does focus too much on the jokes rather than the info, to nobody's fucking surprise, and it's still nothing we haven't discussed before. He also says this nearing the end of the segment regarding the Revenant class.
But with the amount of main hand armaments that have a clear preference towards strength, dexterity, or both, these seem like the two best stat-related options pretty much no matter what. And the pretty much there excludes exactly 2 situations where you either got stuck with the Cypher Pada, or you're sticking it out through the whole run with the Revenant starting weapon. And ain't nobody doing that shit, so. Number 4, I desire.
God, this guy!
Rated R.
What the f? It's an S-scaling faith weapon! You can have frost on it! You can have bleed on it! This has to be rage bait. This has to be. There's no way. Oh my god.
And of course, he doesn't explain why. Revenant claws are not bad. They scale pretty well and they can even be amazing at reviving because they deal the same revive damage as greatswords. But he clearly needed to make that ain't nobody got time for that joke. which was more important in his eyes. However, I think the worst information omission out of the bunch is this one.
Video that lobotomizes you. I want to gain many levels. What's that do?
Gain many levels. This option is a huge winner if the build you stumbled upon during the run is really good at covering your ass and keeping you alive, but a hyper-aware golem.
What build is that?
An extra 3 levels can easily work more for you than it does against you. If all you could find was whites and blues,
What is the
and,
negative?
Like, one...
Can we look up the, here we go. Gain +2 levels, but you lose 1 level every time you use a flask? How is that good? How is that good? I thought it was gonna be like, oh, you lose some max health or something. That's insane.
Not only does Rusty not tell you what the downside is, it also tells you that, yeah, 2 levels is great, without talking about the diminishing returns of each new level. Going from level 1 to level 2 gives you an insane boost, for example. Going from 14 to 15, not so much. Certainly not enough to consider losing 1 level each time you heal, which would have been really good to mention, and it can be up to a total of 8 times if you have max flasks. So if you're like level 15 and you heal 8 times, well, congratulations. You're level 7 now, which is absolute fucking doo-doo. The most monkey paw shit I've ever heard. But aside from missing information, sometimes there is misinformation. I'm funny.
Expand my intellect and have deep faith. Unfortunately, choosing one of the caster-related options can fuck over a good caster build in a way that's honestly a little funny. So if you're a caster build that relies on a large amount of FP to use spells, for example, choosing to have great intelligence might have some unforeseen consequences, because what it'll do is dump all of your other stats, including mind, to make as much room as possible for the intelligence increase.
This is flat out wrong. He showed a clip of him choosing the dexterity deal, which does decrease your FP, but the intelligence deal doesn't. The intelligence deal will take both your strength and your dexterity instead, and this will replace the stats of all your characters equally whenever you make the deal. Considering Rusty is supposed to be the numbers guy, the fact he didn't even mention this is pretty weird. He did correct himself in a comment on his video, but that's only one mistake out of like a million, but whatever.
But running a sorcerer build straight into Libra's front door is actually not recommended because he'll just ignore 20% of that.
I don't think he knows how scaling works, chat. How much stats do you get? We're gonna have to see the numbers. Like, does it hit a soft cap or a hard cap, or do you actually benefit from having those stats? Like, that's the important part. Do you, if you go from 51 int to like 60, or is it, I don't know, is it plus 10? Is it plus 20? Is it, what does it do? Like, and does that affect scaling? Is it like capped or?
Rusty is a strange case. He has access to hard numbers from the Elden Ring code about motion values and all that nonsense, yet he still gets almost everything wrong. Yeah, he does have access, but he just doesn't know how to use the information. Like, he researches things really bad, and we showed that in our previous video. Either due to laziness or ignorance, he just goes with the easy route, like the 60 in every stat meme, just not even considering that 60 in every stat is not optimal for many weapons, and we discussed that in our previous video. Go check it out, it's really cool, it's really funny, it's really poggers. Do it. Do it after this one, of course, not now. And when you pair that with some of the snarky remarks he made in this video...
But if you just, like, pay attention and read for 5 seconds, you'll probably always find something better suited for you. If anyone can think of a better placement for these, you're welcome to make your own goddamn video that I can react to later. And by react, I mean get up and go to the bathroom and leave the video playing. Literally and figuratively, on your opinion in the process.
It's easy to understand why some people will have a problem with it. It comes out as insufferable. If you're not only spreading misinformation unironically, as in not bait, and yes, this is not bait, you also display an arrogant attitude against the people trying to correct you, it's normal that you're gonna get angry dudes in the comments. That doesn't justify the really out-of-touch shit he received on his video, but at least we understand why it happened. What I don't understand is why he decided to place I want the power of a demon so low on the list.
I can't even tell what this one does either.
What?
Occasionally it fires madness bullets at the boss, but the damage it does compared to the amount of madness buildup it gives you is so lopsided against you that I had to rewind my own footage multiple times just to verify that there was actually some kind of bullet exiting the cat asshole above my head and connecting with the boss.
It's a really, but like, he doesn't understand how this the goat eye works. It builds madness on the boss. It doesn't build madness on you, just that. It builds madness on him too, because he's shooting frenzy flame shit on him. If you have one other way to build madness on this boss. You can very easily proc the stun or stagger from him getting madness, and that's pretty good.
You could try to argue that it's personal opinion that he placed it below some of the better options in this list, but it's certainly not worse than I want to gain many levels. The orb, like Albino said, does inflict madness on Libra aside from giving you buffs from time to time in exchange for some madness buildup on yourself. And considering that you have the yellow stones that heal madness all over the arena all the time, it's literally a free buff. So yeah, I don't know why he thinks it's so bad. We could try to reach the same conclusion he did and understand it a bit better if only he shared his fucking criteria for it. But as always, he didn't. He only made a skit at the beginning and went right into the action. He focuses so much on the comedy instead of the information that some gamers find it irritating. Why does he talk like a kid that just discovered curse words? Rusty's dialogue is trying to be Charlie, Penguin so, by the way, muy critical, but comes out like a kid that just learned they can swear. I don't understand what Rusty is trying to say 80% of the time. Supongo que mi audiencia tiene ese mismo problema conmigo porque mi acento es una poronga. He always talks like this. This weapon skill is better than the banana I ate last night, but if you eat it without a peel, you are so dumb for using it. Was it spot on? Was my Rusty impression good? Like I mentioned before, comedy is subjective, but if many gamers don't find your comedy funny, the only thing left is the information. So if your information is ass, there really isn't any intrinsic value in the video. And no, his shit is not a joke. We have discussed this before. And if you want any further proof, here it is. Rusty not only unlisted his Libra video due to the backlash, he also acknowledged it was due to the tremendous amount of mistakes and misinformation it had. The channel's 2 most recent videos I posted for this month so far will be re-edited and re-uploaded to contain new information, additional visual assets, and overall higher production. Normally, I wouldn't care about the feedback I get, God fucking damn it, or if I miss a few numbers or something, but these 2 edits unfortunately contain some pretty egregious misinformation that ended up being skimmed over in the final cut. Once the second iterations of these videos are made public, the initial uploads will be delisted in tandem. Thank you. I honestly doubt that this course of actions correspond to that of a masturbator. I always said that his takes are not jokes. He specified in a previous video that his takes are not jokes.
Of course, this is all to say, whether I'm completely correct or if I make a genuine mistake, I fucking mean what I say.
It's time to stop believing that. It is also not very encouraging that even in this statement he says that he doesn't care about feedback, but it is the thing you should most care about. This is an anecdote that will most likely drive him to make the same mistakes in the future if he keeps going like this. It would be very nice if he had a change of heart and actually started putting effort in his research. He's capable of doing it. I don't know why he doesn't. And it won't retroactively fix the enormous amount of misinformation he has spread over the years, but it's better than nothing. But yeah, Rusty did another misinforming video, another YouTuber in the community didn't like it and called it out. His audience, though, completely unhinged. So yeah, don't do this. Don't go fucking insult the guy over a fucking silly video. If the video is bad, just point out why is it bad in an educated way, and that will leave you much better standing than if you just go and say, oh, you're a poopy face, fuck you. But yeah, that's all it. See ya.